G'day guys, Justin here, coming at you with another NBA Player of the Week video, this time for the week April 2nd to April 8th, 2018, the final week, full week of the NBA season. Now my choices were narrowed down to the Rookie of the Year, soon to be crowned in Philadelphia. Ben Simmons had another great week leading the Philadelphia team without Joel Embiid. I had Nikola Jokic from Denver, who's been playing well on the offensive end of the ball. Again, European, a little bit desired defensively, although putting in a little bit of work there. But my player of the week, the best all-around player in the game right now, Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans. Looking at his numbers in his game-by-game performances versus Memphis, he had 28 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks, playing on the ball and off the ball really well there. Run-of-the-mill scoring. Would like to have seen him dominate Memphis, considering they are a tanking side, but however, it didn't happen. 2 turnovers, proving some efficient ball use there. 61.5% from the field, 100% from deep, and 84.6% from the stripe. Great shooting there by Davis, and a good efficient night considering his play on both sides of the ball. Versus Phoenix, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. Again, playing well on both sides of the ball there. But again, probably won a few more points against Phoenix, who at this point have wrapped up the worst record in the league. He didn't have a turnover though, so I can't discredit him there. 47.8% from the field, certainly to be desired. Needs to be shooting a minimum 50% from me. 50% from deep, can't scoff at that. And 81.8% from the free throw line. Any big that shoots over 70% is doing pretty well in my book. Versus Golden State though, creme de la creme, game of the week for him. 34 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, along with 2 steals and 4 blocks. Only 2 turnovers, not bad when you consider his effort on both sides of the ball. 54.2% from the field, certainly to be desired from the 3-point line. However, if you're going to take him, you've got to make him. However, he's a big guy. Don't expect him to shoot 3-point shots. He's got a reasonable mid-range game, good handles, ability to play on both sides of the ball, ability to dribble the ball, ability to get to the rim. Can't complain there. And 80% shooting again from the free throw line. Again, it's better than 70%, so I can't complain. And he led the team to a record of 3-0, so his play certainly paying dividends for the team. As we look at his stat line for the week, Davis had 31.7 points per game, 11.7 rebounds per game, and 3 assists. I actually had a conversation with someone a few weeks ago who declared Davis wasn't the best all-around player in basketball simply because his assist numbers weren't high. But I'd like to present the fact that he's playing with Drew Holiday and he's playing with Rajon Rondo, and if he needs to average high assists with those guys around, they're not doing their job and he's taking away from what they bring to the team. He's arguably the best scorer in the league. He's one of the best rebounders in the league, and his defense will garner him hopefully the Defensive Player of the Year award this year. 2 steals, 3.3 blocks per game. Good on ball, good off ball, good help defense. He's able to play all facets of the ball, both offensively and defensively. And only 1.3 turnovers. So again, everyone can scream and shout about how he doesn't pass the ball a lot. No, but he does have a huge impact on the game, and he does have a huge impact offensively. So the fact that his turnover numbers are as low as they are speak volumes about the control he has of the game. 53.3% from the field, over 50% for a big, over 50% for anyone's good. For a big, it's standard. 53.3% is where he needs to be. 50% from 3. Again, not really crash hot on big guys shooting the 3-point ball. However, with the way the game's going now, they need to be able to, unfortunately shoot 33, 34, 35% from deep. And he more than did that this week at 50% from deep. And 82.4 from the stripe. Again, if he's shooting over 70%, he's doing well in my book. This, again, no exception. His notable opposition on the week. Versus Memphis, he was matched up with Marc Gasol, who went off after only 19 minutes of play, played really poorly. He had 0 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal, along with 3 turnovers. So effectively did nothing during the game, didn't make a shot, and didn't attempt a free throw. Versus Phoenix, he faced Marcus Chris, who had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal with 2 turnovers. Actually didn't play too bad, despite the fact he plays for Phoenix. and despite the fact he ran into Anthony Davis. So a reasonable opponent there. 53.8% from the field, 25% from deep. Don't like the big shooting threes, but 80% shooting from the free throw line, certainly acceptable there. And versus Golden State, Keon Looney, what a name. 10.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 71.4% from the field. Again, he's not the standout player for Golden State. He's not generally the player who plays at centre for Golden State. Davis alternating between power forward and centre throughout the year, but was matched up at centre for this particular game. Again, Zaza wouldn't have done anything with Davis. Draymond Green certainly does nothing when he guards Anthony Davis. So you can see where the results come in there. But 10.6 rebounds, 2 assists, certainly serviceable as a reserve player at best. Now, in the fourth quarter, he had some reasonable moments. It needs to be noted that he played less than 4 minutes in both the Memphis and Phoenix games due to their wins. 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 block versus Memphis with 100% shooting from the field. Versus Phoenix, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal. 50% shooting from the field. Didn't attempt a 3, however, missed free throws. Certainly not a good look there. And versus Golden State, probably the only credible fourth quarter he had all week, resulted in him 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals and 3 blocks. Played most of his defense in the fourth, came up big and they won. So can't complain about the effort there. It's not as if he just sucked for 3 quarters and then, went on an absolute tear, to save the team. Like a LeBron James who, just does nothing. A lot of Davis's numbers just won't be recorded because he does have that sort of impact at times as far as, people running plays on his opposite side, having him on the strongs, putting him on the weak side, essentially for the offense so they don't need to worry about him, all that sort of stuff. The shots he would affect at the rim that don't also get counted, similar to a Tim Duncan. 100% shooting from the field, 75% from the free throw line, so good there. Didn't attempt a 3, which is great. But it's good to see him delivering in crunch when it matters as well. And again, as I rehashed last video, players of the week, I think Anthony Davis will scrape home in second spot for the MVP race behind James Harden. Harden leading Houston, the best record in the league. Certainly isn't a bad thing for him and his case. Russell Westbrook should probably come in third. He's looking like he's going to average another triple-double, and to do that for back-to-back seasons needs some sort of appreciation, in my opinion. People go to LeBron. I mean, both of them have inflated numbers, but you've just got to look at the way they both play. Westbrook's ready to shoot the lights out or keep the lights on with the way he shoots. Either way, he's going down swinging, something LeBron doesn't do, and I have to give Hart a hell of a lot of credibility in this. Other players of the week have included Jimmy Butler from the Wolves, who probably would have been in MVP conversation had he not been injured. Chris Paul's been crucial when playing for the Rockets. The only thing I think that certainly hurts James Harden's MVP case is the fact that he has Chris Paul on the team. Steph Curry was looking good for an MVP at one point, along with fellow teammate Kevin Durant, who was another player of the week, but they just cancelled one another out. I do feel Curry's proven he's more valuable, however. Andre Drummond, early candidate for Defensive Player of the Year and looking good for the first 3 quarters of the year, but he just seemed to drop off in the last bit of the season. Certainly didn't recover, and that's why I think Davis will probably win that. Giannis Antetokounmpo, another guy who was looking like an MVP candidate, certainly a top 5, top 10 player in the league, certainly the second best all-around player in the league, but again, it just left to be desired with the way the Bucks played, certainly dropped off. I mean, another guy who was candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, Kevin Durant as well, was in a similar boat. However, it's been proven that Curry's more valuable than him, so how can I have Durant in an MVP race and not Curry? It's just how it works. Injuries also been a factor there. Kyrie Irving, another guy who's rejuvenated Boston. Brad Stevens deserves a lot of credit there. But Kyrie certainly would have been in contention for MVP had he had the whole season. Certainly top 10 candidacy. LeBron James, as mentioned, the best player Cleveland had. I won't say only, they do have a lot of stars. But again, similar to Russell Westbrook, got to look at how their numbers are judged to really get the full picture. Damian Lillard, resurgence for Portland this season. He's certainly going to be in conversation, certainly going to be a top 10 finish for him. Victor Oladipo, the most improved player on the year. He's certainly a candidate for MVP the way he's played for Indiana. I don't think he wins it. I don't think he probably scrapes a top 10 vote. But to me, he was very valuable to the way that team played this year. He's been the leader of that team. And as mentioned, I do feel he's going to become the leader of that franchise for the next 10 years. And if he's able to consistently, for the next 10 years, average 25, 5 and 5, then I can see him having, some arguments as to how great on an all-time scale he is as a shooting guard. And Kristaps Porzingis, who was looking like the most improved, certainly looking like a candidate, All-NBA candidate, was an All-Star, and would have been in MVP conversations with his play. Unfortunately out injured, but he was at one point a Player of the Week. That's been it, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know who you thought was the Player of the Week. Where do you think Davis is going to sit in the MVP candidacy, the Defensive Player of the Year candidacy? How you think New Orleans is going to go with him? And what sort of adjustments would you like to see him make when DeMarcus Cousins comes back in order to allow both of them to flourish? And subscribe to the channel for more NBA related videos and just topical videos in general. Follow me on Twitter, Justin_G_Brian. Always talking hoops, always talking life, wrestling, anything over there. So hit me up over there. Again, you're more than welcome to leave feedback there as well. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. That's been me, and I will speak to you guys towards the end of the week, or certainly at the start of the next week, with what will be my award winners for season 2018, along with the final 3 days of the season. We'll go and bring out the best 3 performances there. 1 from each day should suffice from that. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the near future. Cheers.